How did you know that you wanted to become an orthodontist, and what does it take to become an orthodontist?
When I was 12 years old, I was constantly being dragged to the orthodontist by my mother, and I was just very appreciative of what the orthodontist was able to do for me. Just because my teeth didn't come in very well, I wasn't very confident with myself, I guess, or with my smile, and to know that I could give back in a way that I could do the same thing for other people, I thought would be a pretty cool thing. And I just didn't know how long it would take. So actually it takes 10 or 11 years, depending on where you go to school, after high school. So you have 4 years of college as your undergrad, and then you'll have 4 years of dental school, and then you'll have 2 or 3 years of additional orthodontic training after that.
So what different type of braces options do you offer here?
We have the conventional metal style braces that most kids will have placed on their teeth. As a second option, we do have a ceramic brace, which is a tooth-colored brace, so it's much less visible, but you still do have a metal wire, and it works basically the same way as your metal ones do. A third option would be to have Invisalign, which is basically a series of aligners. So they fit on top of your teeth, and they just snap on, and you go through a series of these to help make the correction.
What age would you recommend that kids be seen at the orthodontist for the first time?
The recommended age from the American Association of Orthodontists is actually age 7, so it sounds kind of on the young side, but at that point in time you should have your first molars erupting. You should also begin to have some of your front incisors coming through the tissues, so it just is a good time to assess, how much crowding you may have, or our teeth not coming in at the right time. Many times we don't actually do anything yet at that age, but if a tooth comes in crossbite or something like that, that would be something that you would want to correct early in order to prevent any abnormal wear to the teeth.
And what new technology do you have here in the office?
About 6 months ago, we ordered 3 scanners, which are intraoral scanners, which have taken the place of the traditional impressions that most kids don't like. We still will take impressions at the end of treatment for retainers, so that's a new thing in the office. It's also very, very accurate when we scan the teeth that way, so patients that have Invisalign treatment, the aligners fit much better, and the turnaround is very, very quick as far as us taking the scan and then making the modifications and getting the scan back from Invisalign, or the aligners back from Invisalign. You can actually do it in less than a week. It used to take about a month. Another thing that we sometimes will use will be a soft tissue laser, which basically can remove some excess tissue at the end of treatment, or it can remove some extra tissue that's covering an unerupted tooth, and then that way we can get to that tooth a little bit faster and then start to move that tooth into alignment, which ultimately would make the patient's treatment time shorter.
Thank you, Dr. Eckhart, for bringing me out to Boehringer Hermann Eckhart Orthodontics today.
Well, thank you for having me. If you want to find out more information about our office, you can check us out on our Facebook page, which is Drs. Boehringer Hermann and Eckhart. And we have a website that's www.smilesofohio.com, and that will also show all of our locations, which are Bryan, Defiance, and Wauseon.
Thanks again, Dr. Eckhart. And I'm Brittany Rosendahl, reporting for ABEX Community News Bryan.